Presenting
from Washington, D.C., Roland Martin. Good morning.
Tom Simple Guy, good morning. Langston University, I'll see you guys tomorrow. They have this annual midnight event. And so I'll be there with Ford Cares. And so looking forward to seeing you guys. It's part of their study week before finals. And so we'll be having some food, music, and some good times. So I'm looking forward to be on the campus tomorrow night. Folks, lots of drama in the NFL on yesterday with different games all across the country. But the biggest drama this weekend involving the NFL took place Saturday in Atlanta between Colin Kaepernick and the NFL. Howard Bryant of ESPN was actually there, was live tweeting all of the drama there. Howard joins us right now. And Howard, it was I keep telling everybody the die was cast that this was going to be a mess the moment the NFL announced this workout for Colin Kaepernick, because the announcement itself was absolutely strange. You haven't talked to a guy in 9 months. All of a sudden, he gets a phone call. Hi, this is the NFL. Workout, Saturday, 3 p.m. in Atlanta. Nope, no other city. Be there.
Sounds like Hollywood.
Yeah, it was a disaster in a lot of ways, and dueling statements, changes of venues. The bottom line was that the NFL and Colin Kaepernick have what we like to call trust issues. And with those trust issues came a lot of negotiation about what the parameters of the workout were going to be. You would think that those things would have been solidified before this was announced. But instead, after the discussion came past Tuesday, the rest of the week was a week of negotiation. Who was going to provide the receivers? Who was going to be able to film? Who wasn't going to be able to film? What was the liability waiver? And the NFL essentially tried to force Colin Kaepernick to sign a waiver that was going to eliminate any health protections in case he got hurt on the grounds, and also that they wanted him to sign a waiver that said he was not going to sue them at all if this did not provide any job opportunity. And Kaepernick's folks countered with a standard injury waiver, and they just went back and forth. And so, but by Friday, Kaepernick's team began to realize that, you know what, we may need Plan B. The NFL did not let him film the workout, and his biggest fear was, okay, if you're going to film the workout and you're not going to allow the media to be involved, then now you're forcing me to trust you that you're not going to send out an edited video of every wrong throw or every weak pass I make. How do I trust you? And you all haven't even talked to me since February. And so the real deal was Kaepernick made a demand to the NFL early Saturday morning that said, okay, if I can't film it, then at least let the media in. And the NFL refused both. And so that's when the negotiations went haywire, and Kaepernick started to work on a Plan B, which was to host his own workout and live stream it so everybody could see it, so he at least felt he had protection. And that's exactly what ended up happening.
NFL said that he wanted Nike to shoot a commercial and shoot it as well. Nike put their own statement out. This is Nike, a partner with the NFL, league partner, that they wanted the retraction, saying they did not do that. They did not request to do that. That was also, I think, overlooked by a lot of these commentators who, frankly, are taking the side of the NFL.
Yeah, so much of this has been overlooked, and I think what it really comes down to is you've got an extraordinary set of circumstances. And because of that, you have to react in an extraordinary way. One, you don't even have a workout on a Saturday because none of the decision makers are there. On a Saturday, that's football Saturday. You've got your top scouts and your top evaluators are probably working college games, and your GM and your head coaches are preparing for Sunday's game. So who's going to watch a workout for a player who hasn't played in 3 years? Usually when you bring a guy in or you look at a guy, you do it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Those are the business of football free agent weeks days during the season. And that in itself created the bad blood. Kaepernick paid out of his own pocket to bring his receivers in. The reason why that was important was because he felt, look, you guys are going to be judging me based on timing. I want to throw to people who are familiar with what I've been doing. I don't want you to look and say, oh, look how rusty he is. He wasn't on the same page with the guys he was throwing to. So all of these different negotiations came back down to one thing, which was these two sides still have so much trust lacking between them, and also that the NFL really went out of its way to sort of make sure that that Kaepernick was on the defensive. And then, of course, I think the real issue as well is you've got video now. This is what everyone said. We haven't seen him throw. Can he play? So now the bottom line is that there is video that exists. There is an hour-long workout that the world could see. It's right there on YouTube. And so now the ball is in the NFL's court, as Kaepernick said. If anybody is interested in his ability, if this is really about his ability, as the NFL has said it is, now their evaluators have the full uncut version of what he did. They can look at his game, they can look at his body, they can look at his throws, and they can decide if they want to pick up the phone. And if they don't, then you know, as we have all known, that this is far more about his political stances than his football.
Let's go to this waiver. This waiver is important. This is the most important thing right here, Howard. They wanted him to sign a waiver that he would waive. Basically, lawyers are saying that he would waive any potential lawsuit against the NFL for collusion. They said it was a backdoor attempt. That is what I think also people had better pay attention to. That's why they walked.
Well, wait a minute. He settled on that collusion case.
No. Here's the deal, Tom. He settled, but that was in February. He could sue again, saying that there is still collusion since February to present day. Had he signed this waiver, they could have said, "Oh, we gave you a workout. 25 teams were there. There you go. Showed good faith on our effort. By the way, you can't sue because you signed the waiver." Lawyers are breaking this thing down. Pro Football Talk said this. Did the waiver proposed by the NFL to Collin Kaepernick specifically target employment-related claims? No. If the waiver raised questions regarding whether certain language could be used to attack employment-related claims later, absolutely. Howard.
Absolutely right. And so what Kaepernick's team did was they said, okay, well, let's just take that clause out. We'll do a standard injury waiver form. And the NFL said no. They demanded that the non-litigation clause be in there as well. And that's when things started to really break down. That waiver was like, well, wait a minute, we're not. It's a waiver of rights. No lawyer would ever put their client in that position. So on the one hand, you've got no protections. And on the other, the NFL also would have control over video that it could edit any way it wanted and reflect very poorly on Colin Kaepernick. So these are the big issues. And I think what really – I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to know, and I'm sorry, I don't want to – but the time is getting short. Howard Bryant, what would you have done if this were you, if you were in Colin's place and knowing what you know about the sport and all of this as he does with the advisors and everything, when the memo went out on Tuesday, which obviously they knew before, what would you have done in Colin's shoes?
I think maybe the best thing in hindsight, I think the best thing to have done was to say, look, we can't do this. If we're going to do this, do it like the old Maltese Falcon line. Business should be conducted in business should be conducted in a business-like fashion. If you want me to come out, give me some time. You can't just drop 72 hours on me. Let's negotiate this the right way and do a right workout for all parties.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. And remember, they leaked it to Adam Schechter. He posted it. Then Colin's people were like, "Oh damn,
what?
We didn't know this thing went public."
Right.
And he was now put in the corner. It was like I said, the die was cast on Wednesday, and now, Colin Kaepernick's the bad guy because he changed the workout. When you got to go to all the drama that led to it. And so there have been a lot of commentators speaking out today. Stephen A. Smith has put out a video seen 4 million times on Twitter saying he doesn't want to play football. Jason Whitlock is complaining. But the reality is this here. No way in hell you would sign that waiver. Absolutely. Howard Bryant, ESPN. Hope to see you on the air today, sir.
All right.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Yes,
yeah, good job, Roland. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think he did at the trials?
Personally, I think he did like a
7 or 8. That's what the trial is.
Okay. All right.
You throw the ball, see how strong your arm is.